if he sees this. Drink it!
When I was at Bolton, the screenwriting lectures were just like absolutely amazing, and I just loved every minute of it. I just made sure I was in on time for every single one, and they just absolutely flew by because you just learn every second, your mind's sort of being blown, and you just, because if you really do love writing, it's just like, oh my god, oh, is that how you do that? And it was just really, really fun. And because it's a small group, the lecturer just knew you inside and out, exactly what you wanted to write, where your limits were and where you can be pushed, and you just felt like you kind of had your own script editor basically for like the whole time, and you just, every week you just felt yourself improving like drastically, and it's just absolutely brilliant, and I really miss it because it was just really, really fun. Just having the opportunity as well to write something that you really want and then having the opportunity to actually make it into a film is something that was really good to get on board with, because I really wanted to write, and I was kind of encouraged to write a feature film for my dissertation, but on the other hand I like doing comedy and I needed to know if my writing could translate to the screen, so I chose to make a major project film instead, even though it was a bit out of my skill range, but I just went all out on it and I just tried my best. I produced, sort of co-directed, wrote it, cast everyone, and it was really fun. It was exhausting, but just and it worked, and I did realise that my comedy did translate to the screen. I mean, I wasn't too happy with a few things, as well, in student films you're always unhappy with some things, but it was enough confidence to get me to the next stage of what I wanted to do. When I was getting to the tail end of my third year, I was quite confident in the sitcom pilot episode I'd written, so I sent that off to the University of Manchester as part of an application to the MA screenwriting course, there's only like 12 places and it was quite a hard course to get onto, but my lecturer really, really helped me with my application and my application letter and things like that, and I managed to get on. And I was a bit nervous when I went there because it's like a Russell Group university, and when I started, the other people in the course seemed a bit more academically bright than I was. I felt a bit intimidated by them, but I did realise pretty soon that I had quite an advantage actually from being on this course, because people had written stories and stuff in my course, but no one had quite the screenwriting practice and that I had from being at Bolton. And I just had a great advantage, and although I wasn't technically as bright as they were, I did kind of stand out a bit, and not to toot my own horn, but I did, and it was great. The lecturers really loved the example of work I sent in as my application. She's an executive producer from like London, she's done like everything, and she said when she read it she actually laughed out loud, which she never does when she's read scripts, and she's read scripts all her life, so that really gave me a boost. So yeah, and it's all because of what I learned at Bolton. During the Masters, they really pushed getting an internship because they know, like, even though it was screenwriting, they know really we would like jobs in the industry. And it kind of equips you to be like an assistant script editor, or at least gives you the fundamental skills or script reading and things like that. But still, you do need to get internships, and they're not easy to get, and I know that from experience. In my course they get you one, but they advise that you have at least 3 on your CV, and that really makes you stand out. And so basically I started emailing people, all the companies I could find in existence, like even like London, just for the hell of it, even though I probably couldn't get down there. In my Masters they really pushed the internship thing, so they said at least get 3 on your CV. That was like vitally important, at least have 3. Because without paid experience and only internship experience, you just need to have a lot of it isn't in replacement for paid experience. So I started emailing originally, didn't really get anywhere, so I thought, right, sod it, I'm just going to start ringing people. So I just rang up everywhere, just pestered them, just a royal pain in the ass. And eventually I got a 1 week placement at LA Productions in Liverpool, and they make Moving On and Broken with Sean Bean. Jimmy McGovern works quite closely with them as well. He wrote Broken, actually. So they gave me my first placement, and they were really nice. And then soon after, I managed to get one at Hurricane Films, also in Liverpool, which was like just brilliant because it wasn't a week like the other one. It was 3 months to 12 months, and they're just the nicest people ever. And I could have stayed there just forever if I wanted to. I mean, it was unpaid, so I couldn't do it forever, but it was really fun. And all we did all day at Hurricane was do script reports. So we just read all the submissions they got sent in, writing reports on them. And that really got the practice in for me for analysing scripts, because it was just constant practice, constant. And then a job posting came up for a new startup company in Leeds called Film Daily. And it was for a script reader intern, but it was paid. And obviously they got inundated with applications, but I was one of the only people that just kept chasing them up about my application. And they really liked my examples, so they gave them 3 of my script reports. And eventually they said, right, yeah, we'll give you a paid trial day. And then the person who was the boss of the company messaged me privately and said, can I just reach out and say you were our favourite candidate from the start? So I knew I kind of had it in the bag, really. I mean, it's taken them 9 months to actually get me started in the job, but I've got it, and it's things like that are just bloody hard to get. But yeah. If you're considering Bolton and you haven't already decided to come to Bolton, I'll decide for you. Just come to Bolton, because it will be worth it. All the other unis are just like you're just a drop in the ocean, and you're just like a number. But here, the lecturers are your friends, not in a weird way. Just like they're your friends. They know you. They support you in every possible way they can. And what's really nice is they absolutely love their jobs, which really reflects on the work you do here. And it's just a nice environment. It's like a community, and it's just like you feel special being here, and the lectures make you feel special because you are special. So yeah, apply to Bolton. I did it, loved it, and that's why I'm back here today, because I loved it. So come to Bolton.
I'm Russian!
Sophia?
What?
Have you fixed the fridge door yet?
For the last time, I don't know how to fix fridges.
Alright, calm down.
Ah!